All right, this is May 11th, 2023. This is date and time set for a front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Mr. Cabas, please state your name for the record.
Jason Cabas.
And Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue. It's the matter of Jordan Eshelman versus Jason Cabas, filed number 2009 6596 DS. A notice of adjournment was mailed to Mr. Cabas February 13th, 2023, adjourning the matter from March 2nd to today's date. The most recent order regarding child support in this matter is the party's fourth order modifying their order for custody, support, and parenting time. That requires $389 a month in child support and medical support. The most recent payment made in this case is in the month of April, this past April, $2,000 was paid. So the $389 was paid in full, and $1,611 went towards the arrearage balance. So significant payments. There has been previous enforcement, previous contempt findings, and previous bench warrants issued in this case, largely as a result of the fact that Mr. Cabas continues to be just very intermittent in when he makes his support payments. Currently, there's an outstanding balance in spite of the large payment towards the arrearage last month. There remains an outstanding balance of $7,047.21. Of that amount, $5,399.95 is owed to the other party. The remainder, there's $580.50 in fees, $916.76 in medical support owed to the state of Michigan, and $150 in costs related to the issuance of previous bench warrants. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, sir. So what's been going on?
Nothing other than I finally was able to get the squatters out of my house and not paying rent and sold my house. That's why I was able to cough up some cash and life is going to resume. I sold a house in the beginning of December and I've had squatters living in there ever since. And I just finally got them out. It was a long, expensive legal process and it sucked. I finally got to sell my house and that life is normal now. I don't have an excuse. That's it. Them squatters screwed me, man. I just tried to be nice. They gave me $2,000 in December. I thought they were going to be genuine and ghosted me. A nice older couple. And they screwed me over a lot. I had to pay 2 different rents. Now I'm done.
Are you working?
Oh yeah, I have a successful company in Glen Arbor.
Okay.
That was just $700 of lot rent, so I didn't get kicked out of quote unquote my house because the park could still evict me from owning it, and I would have been even extra screwed. So paying an entirely huge bill on top of my own rent and my 2 full custody kids was just a bit much. But right now and on, my life just got a lot easier financially.
Okay. Well, there's some positives, and you paid that $2,000 in April. So we're not talking about jail, but there is an issue I have. So I can appreciate that circumstance. But part of this is, there's no way that accounts for $7,000. Okay. That's been a long time coming of non-payment for a while. Okay.
10 years or so. Yeah. I went times without jobs and stuff. Yes, sir.
So we're not talking about jail today for you. Okay. You're getting back on track. That seems like it would be kind of a waste of time to have you in jail, but I am going to find that you can pay and haven't been paying, and it's not a manifest hardship. So I'm going to make a contempt finding and put you on a 2-year payment plan. What that's going to mean is if you pay as ordered, you're not going to worry about jail or anything. Okay. But we need the monthly payment plus $87 a month for 2 years. And if you fail to do so, a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest. And you may have to serve up to 30 days in jail, which again, I don't think that's benefiting anyone. Because like you said, you're working and you've resolved your other issues, but I need some sort of incentive, I think, for you to pay regularly, quite frankly.
Yeah, the incentive is just being responsible, and the kids moving in with me at the end of the school year. I think that's 3 Mondays is what he says. So there's going to be no money at all in 3 weeks. Not that that's relevant to you right this very moment, but he's moving in with me, and then I'll have 3 full custody kids, and maybe she'll have to pay me, or it will just negate or something like that. But that's for me to do. It's only 3 weeks away. So,
but those are circumstances. Please this doesn't always happen, but please let your caseworker know whatever's changing or whatever's going
Oh,
on.
yes, sir. Instantly. Yes, sir. I know that the system can kind of screw you there. Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, it's on adults to tell the court. It's not the system.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
I see what I know what you mean. But
Yes, sir.
to finish my finding, and then we can kind of talk about that in a second. So if there is a bench warrant, sounds like you're going to pay. We're not going to have an issue. But if there's a bench warrant issued, I'm going to set bond at $500. So again, if you pay, we don't have to worry about it. It's just because we're getting intermittent payments. If you're paying, then we don't have to. If you don't pay, then we don't have to come back here and have a hearing. Quite frankly, it'd just be a warrant. But
Yeah.
if those other custody issues are ongoing or about to occur, make sure you're in touch with your caseworker, because you will want this addressed on your child support. I suspect.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll stand adjourned.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Okay, it's June 21st, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Ms. Thomas, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Tyler Thomas.
And Mr. Dungy.
Cody Dungy.
Thank you. Ms. Mullen.
Thank you. Tracy Mullen on behalf of friend of the court. This is the matter of Tyler Thomas versus Cody Dungy, docket number 2021-008725DS. Parties have a stipulated order for custody, support, and parenting time signed December 20th, 2021, which orders Mr. Dungy to contribute child support, medical support, and child care for 4 children in the amount of $919 per month, which is a slight reduction from a previous charge of $1,555 per month. There was prior enforcement in 2022 that show cause hearing was dismissed. The current balance owed on the account is $10,691, of which $6,622.08 is owed to Ms. Thomas in child care and child support. There are fees. Medical support to the state is owed is $1,171.92. And then there's child support arrearages owed to the state of $2,813. There's been regular payments on the account, but they've been short of the amount of current. In April, $450 was posted to the account, May, $720, and June so far, $706.
Okay, so we've had a substantial payment this month. Mr. Dungy, what's been going on?
Oh, I'd like to say thank you for giving me the time to explain myself and kind of just give you a rundown of what's happened in the last year. I'll try to make it short as possible. So I've had all 4 of them, all 4 of the children, 185 overnights total from May 1st till April of 2023. I've had Stevie and Bradley, a total of 239 overnights from May 1st till April 2023. Since May of 2022, I started taking over, picking up the kids from school on Fridays in Gaylord and dropping them off Monday mornings in Gaylord to school. There was a couple instances where Tyler had fallen asleep at the wheel with the kids in the car when she refused to pick them up multiple times, which I've brought to the attention of Julie DeBay a couple times about that. And then the teacher, I had to sit down with the teachers and they said that they were missing Mondays, 31 total last in 2022, 21-22 school year. That was 31 total. And the kids weren't bringing their backpacks and stuff like that. So basically I was trying to make it easier on them, and I love picking them up. They love me picking them up. They like, I get that extra time with them, which is the whole reason I, left my life in Oakland County and pressed reset up here, which has also been a difficult task when nobody knows me up here. And I built a clientele in Oakland County since I was 13 years old. So it was a big move, but it all went to the right way. I'm seeing my kids, way more. This is the whole point of me coming up here. I'm trying my best. I'm picking up the kids, taking them to school. Right now, I've got a total of 60 pickups, which I keep on my calendar. I have a total of 60 pickups for that year in drop-offs. I've put 9,032 miles on my vehicle just just for pickups and drop-offs. It's not any mileage from my personal, and it does not include sports or Girl Scouts, which I do. I've got an average of 750 gallons of fuel at over $3,000 at approximately $3.69 a gallon is what I came out. I don't get food assistance, which I've tried. I'm about $250 to $300 a week in food with the kids. It's at the minimum. And it's about $40 in fuel just to go to Gaylord and back. And I'm doing that twice on a weekend with them, which is a lot. And this is not complaining. I absolutely no problem doing that whatsoever. It's just I need a little help. I was doing snow plowing. I did get a good account this winter, and I made a little over $11,000 from Chance Landscaping, but that was from November till April. As you can divide that up, it's hard to live on. So I tried to do my taxes as well, which I should be getting, a decent amount back, around $5,800. And I wasn't able to submit them because Miss Thomas put all 4 kids on the her taxes from 21 to 22. Not claiming all 4. There was claimed 2, but the other 2 Social Security numbers were on the form, and Bryson was listed as head of household. So that threw me a red flag, and I wasn't able to submit them. So I had to mail them by hand and take pictures of things, from Miss Thomas. She actually gave me pictures of her forms that I could send in to kind of hopefully get that figured out, and maybe I'll hear back here shortly. I did send those in April. That would help me big time to get caught up. That's pretty much where I'm at. I don't know much more I can say. There's a lot of things we can go about, but as far as the child support and the money, this is where I'm at, and this is what I've done. So,
Where are you working right now?
I own a Diamond Gloss Reconditioning. I do mobile detailing on boats. 90% of my business is marine detailing, and I did that in Oakland County for many years and had a very, very big client from 2020 until I moved. I built it up pretty big, and then we moved to be closer to the kids.
I mean, is that a self-employed position then?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I should have said that.
Because part of the problem, and I can appreciate, the rest of it. Some of it sounds like issues. I don't know if you have some pending custody motion or something like that, but that's not something that I can address today. We're just here for child support. So
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out, with a bill of $919 a month, basically, every single month, if you don't pay, that's just going to add to your arrears, right? That's why we're at 10,000. So we got to get this under control. You see what I mean?
Well, I definitely see the numbers wise. I'm spending, $1,200 in food a month just for the kids, which is, like I said, not a problem. And also, I'm hundreds of dollars a month in fuel. She's not picking me up. She refuses to pick the kids up multiple times last year, which I have proof of, and had issues. So I've had to take over to do that. I understand it's not in the order, and that's my choice to do that, but I'm just explaining where I'm struggling. I've given her what I've got. There's many times where I'd leave myself and I'd screenshot it and send it to her. I've got $8 in the bank or whatever. I'm giving her what I have, and I understand I don't have, half the bill. I don't know what she's got going on as far as bills. Her house gets paid for, that her dad bought, and it's the food assistance, which I have tried, and I can't get approved for that. So I don't know. I'm trying to get some breaks here as far as that goes, but the rearage, it kind of got me too, because they, in the beginning, the rearage is almost for 7,000. We went to court in December, and they had me based on a job that I haven't had for a year prior. They based the number off an income that I hadn't even had. So that kind of threw me off if they were trying, for the 1,500 or whatever. I was self-employed. I just opened my business not even a year prior to that. So they were using a income off a previous tax statement, which was from almost 2 years prior. So
okay, but we still have you at 919. So how can we get this back under control?
I mean, I can definitely pay that now that I'm working again. Now that we're busy, I have no problem making multiple payments in a month, which I still have to do at the end of this month. But throughout the winter, it was hard to live on just a little over 11,000, and from November to April, as you could tell, I've had to sell a lot of my assets. I've had to sell a lot of things and make sacrifices, but it's what you have to do. And we're building a pretty good name up here, and I've got that same account for next year for winter, and all we can do is grow. And it's, like I said, we started over when we came up here in April. So,
Okay, Ms. Thomas, anything you want to add?
Oh, most definitely. None of what he's stating is true at all. My house is not paid for. I pay a monthly rent every month. I've never fallen asleep at the wheel with my children. There's not one single police report, anything of that. I don't know where that came from. The picking up and dropping off from school and daycare is his choice. I have multiple text messages asking him if that's what he wants to do, if that's what he's doing. So he's playing both sides. He's saying that he wants extra time with them, but then he's saying that paying for that and doing that is not letting him fulfill his responsibilities. He knew where we were living when he moved, which is still an hour away. He knew living and established. He has had this job, which clearly is not working, this self-employed job for years now, which wasn't working for us when we were together downstate. It wasn't making him money. So it's not mine or our children's fault that he can't make money with his self-employed job. So, and the payments aren't regular. He's not trying until court comes up. I get a couple $100 here and there, a whole month missed, and it's not important to him to fulfill his responsibilities of that part. Because like he's told you before, he thinks everything is paid for me. But because of the state thinking that I'm getting money from my job that I actually have, and the support from him, my food assistance is getting down, my rental support is down, and I'm covering everything by myself now, and also not getting the support from him.
All right, well,
And
some of those issues are not something that, on both sides here, some of these issues aren't something that I can take care of today. We've got a valid court order in place. It says 9/19. We're not getting that payment, and the arrears are just getting out of hand. I mean, like I said, it's a big bill per month, sir, but at a certain point when, we get into tens of thousands of dollars in arrears, the prosecutor steps in and it could be felony charges, so we don't really want to get there. We got to get you paying the monthly amount. If that means, I don't know what to tell you as far as advice. I just have to have.
And he doesn't want to work with me for it. I've offered for us to sit down and try and figure out a 50-50 custody schedule so we can adjust the child support amount. I've been asking him to do that for over a year now, so we can adjust.
Is there any way I can step in and say something really quick with the 50-50?
I don't think I need to hear from either of you anymore. If you, I keep saying that we're not here for custody issues, and the two of you continue to bring up custody issues. So if you're going to change custody, you got to file a motion with court or file stipulation. It's that simple.
Okay.
Either the court will decide it for you, or you all can work together to decide it. But the bottom line is, we're not getting the payment that we need. If you're working, sir, then I don't have any reason to. I don't have any reason to talk about jail. That doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, if you're working, we keep you at home and do it. But I don't know that we're going to get a payment coming in unless I make a contempt finding, which I'm going to do. That you have the ability to pay. It's not a manifest hardship. You're to pay what's ordered. I'll do, because it's a bigger amount per month, I'll do $30 towards arrears per month. But that's a 2-year payment plan. And if you don't pay as ordered, a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest, and you may have to serve up to 30 days in jail. I'll set bond at $1,200. In other words, sir, if you pay as ordered, you don't have any issues, but we can't come to court and deal with them like this. So if the two of you are working on custody issues, I'm just emphasizing this. If you're working on custody issues, you need to do that outside of front of the court show cause hearings.
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah,
all.
I'm not sure how.
Is this Mr. Kozlowski?
Yeah, it says.
Okay,
Did he say yes? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, this is July 6th, 2023. This is date and time set for front of the court show cause hearing with regard to child support. Ms. Petty, if you'd state your name for the record, please.
Petty?
Did it cut out to you? Ms. Petty, if you just state your name, I'm not sure I quite heard it.
So Petty.
It seems like it's cutting out a little bit, but I heard you. Hopefully you can hear us. Mr. Kozlowski, please state your name for the record.
Kane Kozlowski.
Thank you. And Mr. Hogue.
Jeremy Hogue, front of the court. This is a matter of matter of Sarah Petty versus Kane Kozlowski, file number 2020-15705 DS. A motion order to show cause was served on Mr. Kozlowski June 5th, 2023. And the most recent order regarding child support in this matter is the party's consent judgment of support, which they both signed in October of 2020. That consent judgment of support requires $450 a month in child support and medical support. Currently, there is a balance owed of $12,110 even. That represents every single charge since this case began charging because Mr. Kozlowski has paid zero. I can pull the payment history up for the court's review.
All right, Mr. Kozlowski, what's been going on?
We go over this every time. I give Miss Patty money every paycheck I get. I give her as much money as I can, which is pretty darn close to the 400 and whatever dollars a month.
Okay, Ms. Petty, anything you'd like to add?
No, that's about right. Yeah, he pays through me instead of through the court. So.
Well, are you willing?
Oh,
to
I
forgive
did the math.
Are you
Willing to forgive some of it? Yes. All of what he has paid since. Here.
You're cutting out.
Add it
man.
up. Not sure why I'm cutting out. I have full bars.
Yeah, it's unclear to me, but we're getting about half of what you're saying.
A different location. Can you guys hear me better?
Yes.
So I'm willing to forgive some of the money. I added up that because that's where he pays through. I added up all the amount of what he's paid me since January, and I'm willing to forgive.
What is the amount you're willing to forgive, Miss Petty?
Yeah, I mean, we need to. It's cutting out during
No,
the parts.
What to do? I'm outside. I have full bars. I don't know what to do.
What's the amount you're willing to forgive?
1,000.
Missed it.
I can't hear you.
Come on, I'm trying. Oh.
I guess
How can
while
you
she's
hear me?
figuring that out, Mr. Kozlowski, is there a reason why you're not paying through the state? I mean, you seem to be as annoyed as we are that you have to come to court. So why don't you just pay through the system?
Because I shouldn't have to.
Your court order requires it.
Yeah, well, here's what we'll do. You have the ability to pay. You're just not paying. I'm going to find you in contempt. You're to pay what's owed plus $87 a month. If you fail to do so, a bench warrant will be issued for your arrest. You could have to serve up to 30 days in jail.
I've been giving her the money.
I understand, but she can forgive it. She can tell us what the amount is to forgive and send that in writing, and we can take care of the arrears. But you're not paying through the system, and you keep coming to court, and you don't want to have to pay. That's like the definition of contempt. If you are arrested, I'm going to set bond at $600. So you can pay through the system, or you all can work out the arrears on your own. You're supposed to be paying as ordered. Stand adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.